Tu veux distancier un peu?
Merci, ça va.
Distancier un peu, mets-la un peu plus séparée. Un peu plus loin. Ouais, ça c'est bien ça. Montre un peu, fais-moi ça. Ouais, c'est bon. Comme ça. Recule un tout petit peu pour OBS alors. Ok.
So, good morning, or good afternoon. Dear Jens, it is a pleasure to have you here in the Parlement. It's a real first. It's the very first time that a Secretary General of NATO is visiting the College of Commissioners of the European Commission, so a very warm welcome. It is a symbol, a sign for the very good cooperation we have between the European Commission and NATO. Following joint declarations we had in 2016 and 2018, and this shows the depth of the relationship. So the two of us, we meet on a regular basis. We have a long history of working together because, of course, I've witnessed your outstanding leadership in the 5 years I was as a Minister of Defense in the NATO meetings. So I must really say you have modernized, you have strengthened NATO in an outstanding way, and that was really impressive for me to see that. Now here, the European Commission and NATO are good partners, but we could do more. We could be more strategic and we could prioritize better. So it's about topics like cybersecurity and emerging technologies. It's about climate change and resilience. So first on cybersecurity, we both know how important it is to protect critical networks and sensitive data. Today in college, we are adopting a strategy to enhance cybersecurity. We have a common interest to ensure that the hardware we rely on is safe. And we both want to fight disinformation that threatens our democracies. Indeed, here too, today in college, we will adopt a package to regulate the digital platforms. Second topic is climate change. Fighting climate change, as you know, is one of the top priorities of the European Union. And we know that global warming already causes severe geopolitical shifts. Climate change has become one of the most important security drivers. Just think of, for example, the desertification of landscapes or the conflicts and struggles for resources, scarce resources like water or farmland, pasture land, following the effects and the impact of climate change. Indeed, a few weeks ago, the EEAS published a climate change and defense roadmap proposing to integrate climate change into the European Union's defense actions. So I think one field where we can do a lot is between Commission and NATO, that we share foresight, research, and that we cooperate on the measures we are taking, a wide field to work intensively together. And the third topic is resilience. Many EU projects and a lot of funding under Next Generation EU will have an impact on security. For example, military mobility benefits from the improvement of our railway systems, but also the investing in cybersecurity, new power grids, artificial intelligence, data protection. Of course, the digital infrastructure like 5G, 6G is very important for Europe's economic development, but of course it's also a key to mitigate possible threats, such as those threats in hybrid warfare. So there's a close link between the two organizations. There's a lot of potential to re-energize the partnership between the European Commission and NATO, and I'm very much looking forward towards our exchange today in college. So thank you very much again for being here.
Thank you so much, Ursula, and many thanks for inviting me to this meeting of the College of the European Union Commissioners. For me, this is really a great honor because, as you said, it's the first time ever NATO Secretary General participate in such a meeting. And let me also thank you for your strong personal commitment to the cooperation between NATO and the European Union. And as you said, I know you very well as Defense Minister of Germany, working closely with NATO for many, many years. So you are a staunch leader and a strong supporter of the transatlantic link, which is embodied in our transatlantic cooperation. So thank you so much for inviting me and for supporting the efforts we make together to further strengthen the cooperation between NATO and the European Union. And I take this meeting today as yet another example of that we have been able to lift the cooperation between our two organizations up to unprecedented levels. We are working together on many different issues, supporting partners from Ukraine to Afghanistan, addressing military mobility, cyber, countering disinformation, and also working together on, for instance, implementing the deal between the European Union and Turkey and implementing the deal on migration, illegal migration in the Aegean. So there are many areas where we work together. But as you, I strongly believe that we can further strengthen our cooperation. In cyber, we see more frequent and more sophisticated cyber attacks. NATO has established cyber as a military domain alongside the air, land, and sea. And it's obvious that we can work more together with the European Union, with the Commission. I also appreciate that we exercise and that EU just last month took part in a NATO exercise on cyber, an example of how we are working together. Resilience is another area where I strongly believe that we can work even more closely together. We need strong societies, strong and resilient infrastructure to make sure that we have strong defense. And then I also agree with you that climate change is an area where we should look into what we can do together. Global warming, climate change is a crisis multiplier, and NATO has to address the security consequences of climate change. We have a unique opportunity to strengthen, to re-energize the transatlantic bond. I strongly believe that we need to work together. I don't believe in US alone. I don't believe in Europe alone. I strongly believe in North America and Europe working together because we share the same values. We need to stand together in a more unpredictable world. In uncertain times, we need strong international institutions like the European Union, like the Commission, and NATO, and when we work together, we are stronger and more capable of managing the difficulties we face together. So thank you once again for inviting me.
Thank you. So, I'm looking forward now to the college.
Thank you.